Hi there, good afternoon Scratch followers. It's Helena here in another in our series from Live from the Living Room, which we're doing throughout lockdown. We're interviewing a number of people across the nail and beauty sector. And today I'm very excited to present my interviewee, Nergish Wadia-Austin. So she basically, what Nergish doesn't know about standards in the nail industry and in the wider beauty and hair sectors isn't worth knowing. So she has launched an initiative today called the PHAB Service Stars. Now, before I invite her in, I wanted to tell you a little bit about her background and why this accolade is going to be so important and why it's got so much gravitas behind it. So I've been fortunate enough to know Nergish for my entire time in the nail sector. And she has worked internationally as a management trainer and also a consultant to those in the beauty, spa, nail, hair and wellness sectors. And I hope she won't mind me saying she has been in the industry for 40 years. So she is a wealth of knowledge about what makes a great beauty professional and a great beauty business. Now, I know that because the nail industry specifically isn't regulated, there is a huge disparity when it comes to standards of the industry and standards of service and care. Now, this is pretty confusing for clients because they're getting a range of services. There's not really a benchmark, and it's unfortunate for the nail and beauty professionals out there who offer incredible and exceptional care and aren't being recognised it. So she's launched these PHAB Service Stars so that you have something to reach for and can be recognised for your skills. So I am going to find her now. Please bear with me and invite her in. She's going to tell us all to apply. Any questions, please do pop them in the comments below and we will endeavour to answer them throughout the live. So hi Nergish.
Hello there. Hello. Hi.
How are you?
So very well. As you can see, still working out of my office. Basically, I have not left this building what seems like 7 years. But there you are.
It's strange how we've all learned to adapt.
It's unbelievable. It's because the launch was coming up. Hello, everybody. The launch was coming up and then it just got busier and busier and busier as it went along. So thank you so much, Helena, for having me on today. I can't tell you how excited we are, especially on launch day.
On launch day, yeah, it's so exciting, and it's something that's so needed for the industry, the PHAB Service Stars. And it's been a long time coming because there have been so many accolades that have kind of tried and failed. But with your experience behind you and what you can bring to an initiative such as this, and the things that you've got in play, obviously we wrote about it in the September issue of Scratch magazine, so I got a really good insight then. It's going to be a wonderful thing for the industry. So please tell us all about the PHAB Service Stars.
Okay, well, PHAB Service Stars basically is a way of nail technicians, beauty therapists, hairdressers, barbers and colorists, just those 5 categories, in the UK and Ireland, to be recognized for their superior performance because they're being measured against industry standards, industry averages. So basically, when we say someone's got a PHAB Service Star, we're actually saying that they're measured against all nail technicians, literally in the UK and Ireland, and they are performing higher than industry average. So anyone that performs at industry average levels, they don't get the star because we're not interested in average at all. What we want is people that go the extra mile and can prove it with their performance results.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So basically, there was nothing of the sort in the industry. And what we wanted was something that was based in concrete performance. So it's not that we don't want to take people's word for it. It's that we want to take their word and then make sure that we are driving business and consumers to the best people's chairs.
Absolutely. And it's brilliant, I think, in recognising those that do everything by
Correct.
the book and more. It
Absolutely.
really helps them to stand out. And overall, I do think that an initiative such as this will help elevate the overall standards of the industry and give everyone something to aspire for. It's like the
Correct.
Michelin star, isn't it?
Agreed completely, basically. And let's use the Michelin stars as you brought them up. So a chef is actually given his Michelin star once he has been assessed by his industry experts. So they might be someone from catering that is a food critic. It might be another Michelin star chef that goes in to assess them. And likewise, I wanted the standard to be governed by industry experts.
Yeah.
So it is not the Nergish show. It is the standards have been put in, the averages have been put in, and we've got an advisory board that is a who's who of our industry. They are people who know their business.
Yeah.
So I'd love to announce it. You are one of our industry experts, and we're so proud to have you on board, because frankly, who would know the nail industry better than the magazine that drives it forward, basically? So what we want is people who know the industry, who have already been driving standards forward for the longest time, and they have come on board. So every aspect of PHAB Service Stars, whatever we measure, there is an expert that I've dropped on top of that to look after it. So we've got some fabulous people on board, and we're going to announce them one after the next this week in alphabetical order, basically because we just think that people need to understand that the PHAB Service Stars are not just about one person. And if you know me, you get it. Sadly, even if you know me, if you don't pass the qualifier, which is putting your numbers in, you don't automatically qualify.
Yeah.
What happens is, if for any reason you get turned down, the beauty about the PHAB Service Stars is that we actually write you an email telling you which areas you need to improve to get through.
See, that's brilliant for feedback, and that's so useful anyway. So even you know, those people that maybe don't get the PHAB Service Star will still get that feedback, which is so valuable.
Correct.
When it comes to what's being assessed, so if someone application's open today, so when someone wants to apply for a PHAB Service Star, what can they expect? What are they assessed on?
So I'm giving you a quick rundown. If you're there armed with your name, your address and telephone number at the very least, you'll need that to start your application. And then you'll need about 3 numbers about your performance. On average, how many customers do you see per day? On average, how many those customers buy retail from you? And of those, that average number that you've put in, how many of those are coming back to you as regular customers? So that's regular, repeat, just requests. They're basically people that ask for you by name. Now, because we check up on this, we basically have ways, and you can read up on the nitty-gritty there. But we also need a couple of customer names, phone numbers, and email addresses that we send out a testimonial to directly. They fill it in, and we ask for feedback, and we check up on those, that it's not your mother and father writing your testimonials, basically. And then, of course, we have to have your manager's backing. We, of course, have other checks in place that we don't like to tell you about, but we know how to check up on these things to make sure that we are recommending as much as we can check. And the beauty about this is you wait for a few weeks, basically. I think we say it's up to 3 weeks for our checks, but it never really takes us that long. I guess we are starting out, so it takes us a little longer to do the checks, but as we get used to it, it'll get quicker and quicker. So once you've applied, you'll know straight away whether you've got through to the first phase, and then you just have to wait for us to do our verification, and we come back. As soon as you get it, of course, if you don't get it, we'll send you the feedback, but you will get locked out for 3 months. So we will tell you what you need to improve, but we will lock you out for 3 months to give you the time to put it into place. And your averages have to be based over the last 6 weeks of trading.
And that should be fairly straightforward to do for people when if they have a salon software system or they've got great record keeping. Overall would make someone a great professional anyway.
We are happy to look at handwritten records. You know, if we call for those records and those numbers, they have to be able to supply them to us.
Yeah.
There are times when we will do a more in-depth check because things are not marrying up. You just have to abide by it because you've signed that you will abide by the rules.
Yeah.
And there is at no point in time is there any force for you to share any money information because we don't measure based on whether you're in London or in Grimsby. Because we don't care whether you charge £50 or £300. That's not the issue. We are not elitist. If you go the extra mile in a tiny village somewhere, we want to know about you.
Yeah.
If you have a 6-week waiting list somewhere, we don't care that it's not central Manchester or Birmingham or London. We're not interested in elitism. We're interested in the quality of your work and your service.
And I think that's important because it's based on individuals. Like you said, it's not based on how much money goes through your till.
Nope.
It's based on recognizing those that give that exceptional service. So any individuals out there should be applying for this. And I think one of the things that struck me, which was such a brilliant idea and shows how you're really focused on the service and not a money-making exercise, is that obviously they pay a fee to apply, but something you do, and I'll let you reveal it, if they don't qualify for a PHAB Service Star at that stage, what happens then?
Well, you've actually paid for the application, but we haven't taken the money then. What we do is we wait for the verification process to go through, and only then is the card charged.
Brilliant.
So there's no, if you don't pass it, you're not charged. If you pass it and you don't pass the verification, you're not charged. There is no cost to you. And basically, there is no refund given because there was no charge made.
Yeah.
And you only get through, it's £80 plus VAT in the country. It used to be £99 when we launched it many years ago, and it was called the PHAB Standard. But we spoke to the youngest millennials and the oldest Gen Zs in the industry and consumers. And the one thing that came across is in these tough times, £99 plus VAT was too much. So they asked us to drop it, and we decided to drop it by £20. But we did say to them that it is a business. We have to pay people to operate and run the business. So where can we cut costs? We asked young people. And the answer was superb. This is what they said. Do you have to give us a trophy? You can give us a certificate. You can give us the beautiful window sticker with our name on the PHAB Service Star, which is something that no one has ever done. We recognize the individual right in the window. So in this case, let me take an example of someone that has a PHAB Service Star in the nail business, is Natalia Altai. She has a PHAB Service Star. She's an exceptional operator. And so her name will be on the PHAB Service Star in the window where she operates. So consumers know exactly who's got that PHAB Service Star in the business, and they go right to that chair. But more importantly, we basically then give you the certificate, but most importantly, we give you a graphics pack because that's what the younger people wanted. They don't want to waste their time with a trophy on a stand somewhere gathering dust. They said, give us the help to market and recognize ourselves on social media.
Exactly. And let's be honest, consumers find their nail technicians or beauty pros largely through word of social media.
Correct.
So that's so imperative.
So you stand out immediately because when you make your posts, Helena, you've got your PHAB seal right there.
Exactly. And then you can use it to promote what a quality tech you are or beauty professional.
But yes, sorry, I'd just like to complete that bit. We also promote you once you've made yourself known on social media and you tagged us. we then promote that person in their town and their county.
Wow. That's kind of a money can't buy. I think that's the support that I think every individual needs who doesn't necessarily know how to do that. You're taking
Correct.
care of that for them
Correct.
in this one application. So there are so many benefits for applying for a PHAB
Correct.
Service Star. It's a fantastic initiative. And how often or how long does a PHAB Service Star last for?
It is 1 year, but what we do, and this is important to know, we don't give it to you for a year because it takes us up to 3 weeks to verify it. So we always renew people at 13 months because we allow them, we don't charge them for it. But if they apply now, because we want as many people to get on it right now for the next 3 months. And then in 3 months, we're going to the consumer press to tell the magazines at all levels. So Vogue, to Take a Break, to Women's Weekly, to the Sunday Times magazine. We are going to go to everyone and say, here's where you look for your PHAB Service Star holder.
Yeah.
And when we go then, so we're not charging people, you get charged now, but you will only get renewed after 13 months after we go to the consumers in January. So you get 13 months plus these 3 months for free.
There's so many supports and benefits. It's a wonderful initiative. And so just to kind of finalise the nitty gritty details, because we'll be doing a lot more lives with you over the course of the next 6 months to a year anyway, as this progresses. But how do people apply via your website?
It's literally, you go to www.phabservicestars.com and you start your application. There's a little button that says apply now. You start with your name, your details, your basic details. You put your 4 little numbers in that we're asking for, and then you basically choose all the things that you do. You also get a profile page on our website. So when consumers go to our website, they just type in their postcode to find you, the nearest PHAB nail technicians to them, or beauty therapists, or all the other categories. And then once you come up, your page comes up, your photograph comes up, and 4 further photographs of your work, your best work, come up. And then you've told them whether you're doing gel nails or whether you're doing acrylic nails. You've ticked off all the things that you do. And there's a special box that says any special services. You've ticked off your nail art. You've ticked off all the little nitty-gritties. But here's the thing. You are also telling them your environmental best practices, and you're also telling them your hygiene best practices for COVID. You're telling them everything in a nutshell. And this is the last thing. They only have to click one button that takes them straight to your booking page. They can book with you right there.
Brilliant. So there are so many benefits of applying for a PHAB Service Star, and it's all in the application process. And even if you don't get this accolade the first time you apply, what is wonderful is that they get those feedback and those pointers from people that like yourself, and those that know what should be done in their part of the industry. So it really is a great scheme. So to anybody listening, we have a feature on it in the latest issue of Scratch magazine. So head to our website and just put it up here. And
wonderful! Thank you so much.
No worries at all. It's a wonderful thing to see standards try to be elevated within this industry, one that isn't regulated and that needs it so imperatively. So we'll be working with Nergish and following the journey of the PHAB Service Stars.
Well, you certainly are going to be observing a lot now, because we will be coming to you. You see, that's the beauty about it. The environmental practices are controlled by an advisory board member that is fantastic at environmental practices. Literally, we've got the best people supervising the best things in the industry. And so we are, well, anything we measure is controlled by someone in the advisory board. And we'll be releasing their names this week, basically, just to show how many great people are behind it. So please get applying, because, we want the consumers to find the best people.
Brilliant stuff. So follow the PHAB Service Stars on social media. It's PHAB, PHAB Service Stars, and the website is phabservicestars.com. So,
And we're, like I said, we're on Insta, we are on, and every time the person that has got the PHAB Service Star tags us, we know what to do with it. So with every post, they could tag us. Doesn't matter.
brilliant.
That's
Well,
what we're there for.
we look forward to speaking to some PHAB Service Stars.
Absolutely.
Nail professionals in
Yes.
the near future. Hopefully Natalia will jump on and tell us how
Good
it
stuff.
benefits her, and what she had to do to ensure that she reached that standard as well.
Just apply. I do have to say, this is the beauty of it. Nobody, no one person is making up their mind about you. If you perform higher than industry average, you will get your PHAB Service Star.
Brilliant. There is nothing to lose, everything to gain. So a fantastic initiative launched today. Applications open as of today, 17th of September. So head to phabservicestars.com. And thank you, Nergish, for your time. We look forward to following the journey of the PHAB Service Stars.
Thank you, Helena Biggs and Scratch Magazine. So appreciated. And what a great day to feature us on our launch day.
Absolutely. We're delighted. So thank you, Nergish, and best of luck with the launch.
Thank you. And where will this be found now?
This will be saved to IGTV and also available by via the Scratch Magazine website.
Thank you so much, Helena.
No worries.
Stay well, everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.